Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 1 of what I'm calling a Let's Try, because I can't guarantee how many episodes I'm going to make of this, but we're going to give it a go and see what happens. We're doing a Let's Try of the Curse of Feldar Vale. So this is my second video back. It is the day after Thanksgiving. It's the 26th of November, and I'm recording this. The Curse of Feldar Vale is a game sort of like maybe Low Magic Age or Temple of Elemental Evil. I've only played 10 minutes of it, as you can see, but I kind of got the gist of it, and I think it's really neat. So let's go ahead, without further ado, hit the play button and see what happens. So, in this episode, we're probably just going to create a party. So this is the game. This is the starting menu. We can go ahead and check some options, but there's not a whole lot we can... I mean, there is a lot we can do here, but not a whole lot that I feel comfortable changing. You know, basic stuff like this. The different volume of the sound effects and whatnot. So not a lot. We're going to allow undo. Few enemy spellbooks. No, I want the surprise of that. AI we can change. Tooltips, group movement. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Click a new adventure. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is set the advanced rules. We'll go with trained. We'll keep all of this default, but as you can see, there's a lot to change. Going to keep the turn timer off. I did turn on, these were default off, but I'm going to turn them on. Unit size affects evasion. When this option is on, a unit subject to a melee or range attack that is smaller than its attacker gets a 5% chance per size difference to evade the attack. Units are in increasing size: tiny, small, medium, large, huge, or massive. So a tiny unit would have a 10% chance to evade an attack from a medium unit. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on to give like halflings and gnomes a pretty big boost against like massive or huge enemies, which I always like. And I'm going to turn on units can evade directed spells. Any spell that targets a single hex is directed. If this option is on, units can evade a harmful spell in the same way as a melee or ranged attack by making a check against their evasion attribute. Note that a unit that cannot move is not able to evade. And we'll leave off easier back to base because that's makes the game easier. But as you can see, there's like a turn timer. Action does not end turn. Unit movement determines whether a unit can move once or multiple times. This option and the unit actions option can make a significant difference to the way your moves actions are planned. So I kind of like that move can be split, actually. But it is default to where it's not split, so I don't want to make it easier by accident. Item refunds 5%. Experience allocation for actions and pooled or pooled. I'm going to go ahead with actions. This specifies how players will gain experience points. If actions, only units who actually do something will gain experience. If actions and pooled, a percentage, see below, goes to the pool. If pooled, all experience will go into a pool and be allocated evenly across the units. Dead units do not gain experience. So, this one's rough. Because if we just go by actions, not everybody's going to get XP, but that's how the game is set up. So 20 character points on level up. Chance of surprise if turned on whenever a unit spots a new enemy unit or units. There is a check using the chance of surprise attribute to see if any of the units are surprised. A surprised unit loses its next turn plus the remainder of its current turn. A unit that moves into a hidden unit will always be surprised regardless of this option. So we'll just leave that stuff as it is and check it out. Game save settings, we can save the game anytime. There's autosave and an interval save of 5 turns. So that's just how it's defaulted. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. I'm not going to... Battle start and end. That does seem more tasty to me. In terms of a... makes the game significantly harder as mistakes can only be rectified by restarting a battle. We'll just leave it on any time. We don't have to suffer. And let's create our party. So first we choose our banner. I'm going to choose this bluish teal one. We could use a default party or we'll create our own party. Let's create our own party. You can recruit up to 6 units for your party. A minimum of 4 is recommended. Units cannot exceed level 6 in this game. The combined experience levels of your group must not exceed 8. Multi-class units add 1 experience level for each class. So let's go ahead and click New Unit. Select the unit you require in its portrait. Information regarding your choices will appear below. Units cannot exceed level 6. Then click Create Unit to add it to your party. The unit can be customized once added to the party. So, species, we have humans. Humans are far and away the most common species found on Kaedon. They are generally unremarkable, so neither gain nor lose any attributes, and they cannot be multi-class. Humans are never restricted on weapon use except by class, and are not usually hated by any other particular species. Rocky hills are the favorite abode of these sturdy creatures. They are typically deep tan or light brown of skin with ruddy cheeks and bright eyes. Due to their great hatred of goblins, orcs, and hobgoblins, all dwarves do +1 damage when attacking these foes. Dwarves are resistant to both magic and poison. They therefore make saving throws at +20 above the normal base level. Their lack of height means that dwarves are unable to use very long weapons. Interesting. Elves are slim of build and pale complected. Excuse me. Their hair is usually fair or dark, and their eyes are often green. Their garb is mostly pastel, with a propensity for blue, green, or violet, and will typically live for a dozen centuries or more. All elves are inherently resistant to magic 10% and are well suited to operate in 2 or more unit classes simultaneously. Oh, so there are a lot of classes, but each race or species only shows what's available to them. I see. We'll get into classes in a minute. Let's look at gnomes. Most gnomes are wood brown in skin color, with a few that tend towards gray brown. Their hair is usually white and their eyes have a bluish hue. They generally wear leather and earth tones of cloth and like jewelry. The average gnome will live for 600 years. Gnomes hate goblins and kobolds and do 1+1 damage against these creatures. They are also resistant to magic and poison, gaining +20 on saving throws against both, but their diminutive size prohibits them from using very long weapons. Small of stature but large in spirit, halflings are basically hardworking, orderly, and peaceful citizens. They are of ruddy complexion and favor colorful clothing. Halflings are extremely good at moving quietly and so gain 10% of their chance to surprise, and due to their magic and poison resistance, they save at +20 above normal. A halfling's small build means they are unable to employ very long weapons. And all half-elves are of human stock. They are handsome folk with the good features of each of their races. Because of their versatility, the half-elf has the most unit class combinations to choose from, including single, dual, and triple classes. However, their mixed heritage means they do not have the magic resistance of their pure-blood cousins. So let's take a look at the classes. We've got... Okay, I guess I'm going to go through all of them. There's a lot here, so... Single-class archers may use any ranged weapon, but are restricted on some melee weapon types. They are able to wear light and medium armor, but are unable to use a shield. Their main role is to strike from afar, but usually last a round or 2 in direct combat. Clerics are the combat medics for a party. They can usually hold their own in combat and can wield powerful weapons whilst wearing decent armor. Their magic tends towards healing, but at higher levels they can cast devastating offensive spells. Because of their aversion to spilling blood, clerics can only use bludgeoning weapons in combat. The weakest unit in combat, mages are nevertheless highly sought after as adventuring companions due to their spellcasting abilities. At higher levels, a mage is capable of taking out numerous enemies with a single spell. A mage has few weapon choices and is only able to wear cloth or padded armor. Subterfuge and skullduggery are the main qualities exhibited by the rogue class. They are able to sneak around the battlefield unseen and strike unsuspecting enemies, causing extra damage. The rogue is adept at spotting hidden objects and is well equipped to disarm a trap or pick a lock of a sealed door. Rogues have a limited choice of weapons, cannot carry a shield, and can only wear light armor. And Warrior, the workhorse of any party, the Warrior thinks nothing of piling into battle with any number of foes. Able to use almost any weapon and don the very best armor, Warriors can hold up an attacking enemy while archers and spellcasters strike from a distance. Then we get into the dual classes, Warrior Cleric. As with any Warrior multi-class character, they have great durability, which gives the opportunity to exploit their other class to maximum effect. The Warrior Cleric can take on the toughest enemies and then heal themselves and their comrades afterwards. Like all multi-class characters, the unit is able to use any weapon or armor that any of the single classes can use, but will take twice as long to level up as experience is split between both classes. Sneak attacks from this class combination can have devastating effects. The unit is then able to defend itself much better than a single class rogue can manage. Like all multi-class characters, the unit is able to use any weapon. Okay, we know that. Perhaps one of the strongest dual class combinations, particularly at higher levels, an armored mage makes a fearsome opponent. Able to employ ranged weapons or arcane magic, the archer mage makes a good choice for attacking at distance. Combining ranged attacks with stealth skills, an archer rogue can fulfill two important roles and allow more flexibility in a party. Being able to choose from two spheres of magic give this character great flexibility in the mystical arts, as well as having the cleric's turn ability, a very powerful combination. With this combination, a unit is able to stay hidden from the enemy until deciding to sneak attack or unleash powerful magics. And Warrior Mage Cleric. Triple class characters sacrifice speed of gaining levels for maximum flexibility when adventuring. This selection allows access to the complementary spheres of arcane and divine magic while packing a punch in hand-to-hand combat. Wow. That's something. So our first character is going to be a half-elf. Can't be a Cleric Rogue, huh? Could be a Mage Rogue. Well, actually, the first character is going to be the leader, right? So, how about a half-elf Mage Rogue? At level 1. We can go to level 3, but we can't exceed 8 levels in the party. So let's create the unit. Let's change the portrait. Let's go with a female. Very pretty females. I like her. Create the unit. Alright, and this is the stat sheet. So there's a lot to go over. That's going to be important for us. The main thing we want to care about right now first, let's choose a portrait background. Maybe something like that for her. We have 40 character points to allocate, so these are our attributes. We have 15 hit points, 20 mana points, 1 action point, 4 movement points, 4 speed land, 2 speed water, 19 intelligence, 1 recovery rate, 6 spotting range, 2 climbing. We also have to do our unused weapon specializations. Magic resistance, chance of surprise, evasion, sneaking, scouting, disarm, traps, open locks. We have an inventory. She starts with a short sword +1, which is piercing. A magical weapon that has been enchanted to increase melee attack damage over a normal short sword. +5 instead of +4. Increases melee attack strength by +4. And she comes with simple sandals. Light leather sandals that provide minimal foot protection. Adds + to range defense strength. Her size is medium, by the way. Here we have combat skills. Or stats. 11 current defense against ranged. 13 defense against melee, attack strength of 17, and attack damage of 5 because of her short sword. We can do weapon specializations. This is protection. All the magic classes here: necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, sonic. Damage adjustment from bludgeoning, crushing, piercing, slashing. So lots of stats. Definitely some first and second edition stuff going on here. Memorize spells. Go up to 9th level. Cantrips. Okay, she has cantrips and first level spells. Probably look at the spell book and yeah, pick some spells. She has 4 level 1 spells, 2 cantrips. We'll definitely set that up, as well as the spell bar. And abilities: walking provides a unit with land movement, which includes shallow rivers and streams. The unit cannot cross other water bodies unless it has swimming or flying. Lava and chasms unless it also has flying. Alright, so when we allocate our character points, we have 40 points to spend. This is the cost of increasing each thing, each stat. And we can, much like Drakensang, the Drakensang games, we just have a big pool of points and we can put it into pretty much our attributes, our combat stats, or our protection stats. So we have a wide variety of things to choose. So to start, I think I'm going to up the hit points a little bit to 17 because she's a little squishy. Probably increase intelligence 1 to 20. Disarm traps, open locks. Let's go ahead and pump that up 5 points. 2 in scouting. 2 in evasion. Maybe 1 in attack strength. Now for protection, you can go ahead and get protection to magical weapons, which would be -1. Normal missiles, we'll get 2 points of that. 2 points of normal weapons. We have 3 points left. Let's get another mana point. There we go. So pretty easy. Oh, we have to name her Julidia. I actually like that, Julidia. Now, unused weapon specializations in combat. So we don't have any ranged throwing, dart, rock, shuriken, but we have melee specializations. So I guess short spear would be cool. Rapier, longsword, dagger. It's hard to pick right now, not knowing what we're getting into. I kind of imagine her with a cutlass, actually. So let's go ahead and give her a cutlass. I don't think that changes her inventory. She's still got a short sword. Okay, let's save and close. There's our leader. Oh, we didn't do spells. So for the cantrips, she has Chill Touch. Drains the strength of an intended target. -1 to melee ranged attack, defense strength, as well as inflicting 1 to 4 hit points of cold damage. The strength loss lasts for 5 rounds for each touch, and the effects are cumulative, so the drain can be applied multiple times. And Shock zaps a target with a jolt of electrical energy, damages 1 hit point per level of the caster, but the target has a 4% chance per level to avoid this damage. So I would like to not have Shock, actually. Can I cancel that? Spellbook. Seems like I may be stuck with the starting memorizations. I don't know if there's a way to... Oh, we can replace the first level. Oh, the cantrips are just memorized, and we can cast like 2 chill touches if we want, or 2 shocks, or 1 and 1. Okay. We can replace Charm Person or Shards of Ice. So let's look at the spellbook. We have Charm Person. This spell affects a single humanoid of medium size or smaller that is cast upon. Human, goblin, elf, orc, etc. The unit receives a saving throw against spell, which is increased by 5% if the unit has already taken damage on the same turn, and by 5% per level if the target over level 3. If the target fails a throw, it regards the caster as a trusted friend. This trust also extends to all the caster's allies that have been spotted and are within line of sight of the target. The charmed unit will not attack any of these units for the duration of the spell. However, if any of these units attack the charm unit, the effect of the spell is broken. Duration 5 rounds. Range 1 to 3. Large, huge, and massive units are immune. Dodge. The unit is able to anticipate an attack, either melee, ranged, or directed spell, and it has its evasion increased by +10. The effects of the spell are cumulative, but it has no effect on construct or plant units. Magic Bolt strikes the target with a small bolt of force, with the number of bolts increasing with the level of the caster. Each bolt does 2 to 4 hit points of damage. Note that the spell is ineffective against a target protected by air shield. Shards of Ice. Sharp slithers of ice shoot from the caster to strike the target with 3 hit points of damage per level of the casting unit. Successful saving throw against spell will negate the spell completely, however. Okay, so... I'm gonna go with... Why can't I just do 1? Do I have to do them in 2s? Go with Magic Bolt. And Charm Person. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Oh, 2 out of 2. We only have 2 casts. I thought we had 4. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Alright, that's Julidia. Let's create a new unit. And that takes up 2 current levels, so the max is 8. Second character, we want some bulk, so let's go ahead with a Dwarven... Oh, Battle Mage. The Battle Mage combines some combat features of the Cleric and Warrior with the ability to use planar magic. Thus, the unit is able to wear armor and use a variety of weapons that the Cleric cannot. Battle Mages are, however, not as strong in the magical arts as other spellcasters, and so have access to fewer spells and start with less mana. What a Dwarven Cleric. We have a Mage/Rogue, so Dwarven Warrior. Oh, I didn't make the portrait. Okay. How about a male Dwarven Warrior? How about this fella? Alright. So he has 20 points to allocate. Let's go ahead and allocate them. Go ahead and increase his attack strength by 2. And his defense strength +2. Oh, he's only got 4 points left? Yeah. Alright, let's get -1 damage from normal weapons, normal missiles, and magical weapons. Looks good. His inventory, he starts with a Morning Star, bludgeoning and piercing. Club-like weapon consisting of a shaft with an attached ball adorned with 1 or more spikes. The Morning Star is a favorite of green-skinned tribes and delivers both bludgeoning and piercing damage. Adds +5 melee attack damage and melee attack strength. He's got a Snake Ring, a magical ring that protects the wearer by reducing the damage from all types of poison and venom. Adds -25 protection from poison. He's got chainmail gloves, good quality leather gloves with metal rings sewn in to provide extra protection. Adds +1 to melee defense strength and range defense strength. And a padded coif. Close-fitting cap that covers the top, sides, and back of the head. Adds +1 melee defense strength and can be worn by any class of unit. And he starts with the Morning Star. Okay. So he has 3. Wow. There's a lot of weapons, and he has 3 specializations. 2 melee and 1 ranged throwing. How about throwing hammer? That's pretty cool. And for melee, how about Great Axe? And something one-handed that he can use a shield with, like a... See, a Great Axe and a... and a hammer. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. More for role-playing purposes. Oh, and his name is Jeruman? Jeruman? How do I amend unit? Joruman. Okay, that's cool. Alright, let's create it. We can do one more dual class. I'm saving that, though. Let's go ahead and see what the elves can do. We need a cleric type now. Oh, there's the Cleric Rogue. Has to be a gnome. We already have a rogue, so let's make a gnomish cleric, I guess? Perhaps this guy? See what his combat stats look like. Okay, he can hold his own. He's using a warhammer, medium bludgeoning weapon with a large spike on the reverse that can puncture armor with piercing damage. Adds +4 to melee attack and melee attack strength, damage and strength. And he's using a wooden buckler, small and very light shield that provides minimal protection, adds +1 to melee defense strength and range defense strength. And his background will be that one, I guess. Let's go ahead and allocate his points. Let's go ahead and increase. Yeah, let's increase his speed on land. His mana points. His intelligence. And his defense strength. That works. And in combat, we'll give him a weapon specialization of... I think Warhammer is fine. So that will give him a +1 damage with Warhammer, which he's already using. So that works. And his name is Slelvek. Okay, I like it. So we've got a mage slash rogue, a warrior, a cleric, I guess we could do with an archer, halfling archer, or a human archer. Warrior slash mage is interesting. So we have a mage slash rogue, warrior, a cleric, how about then an archer and a warrior mage, and we go with 5 party members. So let's make an elf warrior mage. Female. Ooh, she's very alluring. She has 40 points to allocate. Let's make her background pink is good. I'm colorblind, keep in mind. Alright, let's increase her speed on land. Some evasion. Some attack strength. Some defense strength. Some damage adjustments from that. Magical weapons, magical missiles. Normal weapons, normal missiles. And 2 points left. Bludgeoning and crushing. She has 3 allocations. She can throw I guess darts. And for weapons, how about a scimitar? And a mace. I think that works pretty well. Bludgeoning and piercing. Or slashing. Although it seems to be piercing. She has a dagger. +1. A magical weapons is enchanted to increase melee attack damage over a normal dagger. +3 instead of +2. Increases melee attack strength by +2. Range, she's got throwing spears, a shortened version of a standard infantry spear that is balanced specifically for throwing over a short distance. Has a ranged attack range of 2, adds +6 to ranged attack strength, ranged attack damage. Weapon loadouts. I don't get it. Alright, let's check the spell book. She has much of the same. Oh, except, no, she doesn't. Detect secret doors shows the location of any secret and hidden doors within the spotting range of the caster. There must be a clear line of sight between caster and the door for it to be revealed. Monolink, the bane of spellcasters. Monolink drains mana points from the target at the end of each turn for the duration of the spell. Fortunately, if the target makes a saving throw 1 to 100 against the value of its base mana points, up to a maximum of 80, it will ward off the effect, otherwise it can be removed with a heal spell. The number of points drained is equal to the level of the caster, /2 rounded up. So for example, a 10th level mage would cost 5 points of mana to be lost, where a 3rd level mage would cost 2 points to be lost. If the target has 20 base mana points, it will have a 20% chance to avoid the effect. That's not very powerful. I was liking it, but it's it's not really going to do much for us. So, cantrip, she has the same. I like detect secret doors, and I guess dodge too. Or, yeah, let's go with dodge. And her name is Valindra. Wow, good names in this game. Alright. Oh, we could create 2 more units. Okay, so let's create just a half-elf archer. Another female. Her right there. And her background will be that one. Let's go ahead and allocate the points. Let's see, attack strength of ranged. And raise her attack damage. And saving throws against spell. We'll give her 2. Elistine, that's a good name. Weapon specializations. Oh, nice. Ranged weapons. How about a heavy crossbow? I like that. And her inventory, she's using short sword +1, a cloth bracer +1, magical cloth protection for the arms, giving +2 protection to melee defense strength. Cloth bracer +1, melee defense strength. She's got a sling +1, the simplest ranged weapon, easily manufactured by any weapons maker and then enchanted by a skilled mage. Commonly used by rogues/archers as a sling, and ammunition is easily concealed. Has a ranged attack range of 2, adds +2 to ranged attack strength and +2 to ranged attack damage. And she's got sling bullets, bludgeoning. Small stones have been specifically shaped to provide maximum damage, adds +3 to ranged attack damage. Okay, Elistine looks pretty good. She has no spells, right? Yeah. And finally, I wish I could do a rogue slash another rogue slash mage. I don't know what else to make. We've got a mage slash rogue, a warrior slash mage, a straight up warrior, a cleric, an archer. Probably got to go with a mage. A human mage. Male. How about this fella right here? His name is Almas. Okay. 20 points to allocate. Let's get him more HP. More mana points. A little defense strength. +2 to normal weapons. +2 to normal missiles. Spellbook. Is it much of the same? No. Mana flow. Replenishes 1 to 8 mana points +1 per level of the caster and the target up to the maximum for the unit, including any boosts that currently apply. Mana flow. Flaming arc. Searing hot flames erupt in a small arc from the caster, affecting up to 2 targets. Each target receives 1 to 3 hit points of damage +2 extra damage per level of the caster up to a maximum +20. For each target, there's a base 20% chance +3% per level of the target that it will be unaffected. By the spell, targets that are immersed in water, like fish, amphibious creatures in deep water, will be unaffected. And stealth increases a unit's sneaking by +10 and chance of surprise by +5, which will help it to hide and attack more easily. The effects are cumulative, so casting the spell multiple times on the same unit will increase its chances of sneaking dramatically, but it has no effect on plant or construct units. So the cantrips are fine. I actually like those 2 spells. Let's go ahead and roll with them. And his name is Almas. Weapon specializations. Let's go ahead and give him staff. Alright, we have done it. We have to change some of these portrait colors. Let's change him to... Oh, we changed all of them. Kind of like that anyway. Consistency. Alright, there's our party. Quite versatile, I would say. Let's go ahead and begin adventure. I'm going to save here, though, of course. But we have to get through this. Please enter a name for your adventure. YouTube Let's Try. Adventure. I just wanted to save. So we'll get into the very first part of this and then exit and save. There's usually something very comforting about returning to one of your old haunts, but as the road leads you into the Vale, today feels different. You will need to head to Valarin to establish your base. It's the only town in the Vale that can support your operations. But first you decide to drop in on an old friend, Darrett, whose farm is off the main road to the town. You're always guaranteed a warm welcome at Darrett's place, and the farmer usually knows what's going on in the area. He might be able to give some clues as to the troubles that have befallen the Vale. Also, his wife, Martha, cooks the best rabbit stew for miles around. You can click the help button at the bottom right of the screen to find information about the adventure map. So here's our adventure map. Oh, so beautiful. We're definitely going to get into this much later. But right now, I want to say thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember save name? Yes. Hope you enjoyed this first party creation episode. We are going to dig deep into this going forward. Oh, it is a let's try though, so I'm not guaranteeing we're going to complete it, but we will dig more into it. Thank you for watching as always and commenting and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time with more Let's Try The Curse of Feldar Vale. Much love, peace, and joy, guys. Take care.